For a deal, for a ceasefire. Iran seems not to be headed in that direction. The strikes continue. Where does everything stand right now at this hour?
Yeah, well, right now we're hearing from the Israelis saying that they've been launching new strikes against the Iranians. We've been hearing about the Israelis expanding their offensive in Lebanon against Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran. So very much here a part of that. Now, we have heard, again, in that same statements we got from the U.S. government, from our colleagues in Washington, saying that Pakistan has been holding out the possibility that there could be some kind of meeting between, maybe not direct, maybe more indirect, between the U.S. and Iran to negotiate something, some sort of off-ramp to this in Pakistan, perhaps in the coming weeks. Now, I can tell you here in Israel, and what we're hearing from people that I've been speaking to and from the media, is that the real fear among the government here is that this war could end up being stopped by Trump and Trump alone, and that the Israelis would be left not having reached their own war goals. This would mean that there would be not the regime in power that the Israelis or the Americans wanted, that Iran could perhaps continue to go back to enriching uranium, that it could continue to build its ballistic missile program. For the Israelis right now, they are very focused on trying to make sure that the targets that they want to eliminate in Iran are taken care of before President Trump suddenly and impetuously decides to end the war and forces them to go along.
Interesting. Thank you, Matt. Courtney, let me go to you. As we mentioned, in the midst of all this diplomacy talk, there are more U.S. service members heading to the region. Tell us about who they are, what kind of troop movements, or what these movements might signal about what's coming.
So the most recent one, Kate, that we've learned about is the president signed deployment orders, and the orders actually were written and signed off by the Pentagon yesterday for about 1,500 more U.S. troops. These are paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne. It's a headquarters element, some logistical support, and then some of the members of the 1st Brigade Combat Team of the 82nd Airborne. And why this is so important, I keep saying the unit, is because they are known as one of the units that would potentially go in as sort of the first ones on the ground to set conditions for the potential for a larger movement of forces. Now, we don't know if that's what's happening here, but that's generally what the 82nd Airborne is thought of. They do things like what we just saw there. They can parachute into a contested area, secure it, hold it, and then additional forces can come in. And Kate, some of the other forces that are moving in that direction already include thousands of additional U.S. Marines, the 31st and the 11th Marine Expeditionary Units, one from Japan, one would be coming from San Diego. Also critical that they're going because they are very highly trained in things like amphibious landings. A lot of what we've been talking about here, the possibility for U.S. boots on the ground in Iran, center around ports and islands and things of that nature, that candidly the Marines, the MEU, would be specially trained to do just that.
And Matt, if I can go back for one last quick question to you, I think getting lost in all of this is that there is conflict, you mentioned it, in Lebanon also, very much so right now. Can you explain that for our American audience?
That's right. Well over 1,000 Lebanese have been killed in just this latest conflagration alone. This Israeli offensive trying to, once and for all, perhaps eliminate Hezbollah. Hezbollah joined in the fight between Iran on one side and Israel and America on the other several days after the fighting started, after the Israelis attacked Iran, and the Americans did as well, on February 28th. They said, in solidarity with Iran after the assassination of Ali Khamenei, the former Ayatollah, the slain one. So now they are very much involved in a fight that has dragged the Israelis in all the way up to the Litani River, which divides between southern Lebanon and the rest of it. It is a widely destructive war. It's not the same level that we've seen in the past before a treaty in November of 2024, but it's a very hot fight.
Matt Bradley, Courtney Cuby, thanks so much.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease?